Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. MATIC continues to be hovering just below the descending trend line here, this dashed line. At the moment we can only see 3 waves up of the recent low. So I only have a potential wave 1, a potential wave 2, a potential wave 3, even though not very reliable, but it could work out as a diagonal pattern. So if it gives us one more high, then we have 5 waves up. That, however, could only be embedded into a larger A, B, C structure, which will look like that. A wave, B wave, C wave, where we're dealing with a so-called flat structure, an expanded flat or a running flat. We can also calculate a target for the C wave. And the problem is with such a flat structure, we cannot confirm that the low is in, because it is just still, even though we get 5 waves up, it is still part of a larger 3-wave corrective rally. I think that's the main issue I have with this chart, even though it's fighting a continuation of the downtrend, which is good because it's, it reacted to our support area. It shows us some signals that the bulls might be coming back and there is some buying interest, but it's still too weak. It's not a 5-wave move up, and it always needs to confirm that trend shift by giving us a 3-wave corrective pullback afterwards, which holds a higher low above the September low at 49 cents, basically 49.2 cents. So 5 waves up, 3 waves down, you know the routine. What I would like to do is to calculate here a key target for the C wave, C wave, which is part of the larger B wave, but we can do that by taking the length of the A wave, then we go to the low of the B wave, and a key target is the 1-to-1 ratio. As you can see, perfectly reached here, perfectly reached. And it could go down from here, of course, we've reached that minimum expectation, but if it goes higher, the 1.618 extension would be the next target, 66.9 cents. At least then we would have reached the 1.618 extension level. It doesn't need to reach it, but it's sort of the next common target for a C wave. So if we get a sustained break, basically, I'm talking about a sustained break above the A wave high, we might start to consider that a low is in, because then we have 5 waves up, but we still need to get confirmation by 3 waves down. At the moment, we only have 3 waves up, so we don't even need to consider with a lot of confidence, at least, that a low has been made. So yeah, and the B wave it has lots of space. That's the problem. So it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky here. But the good news is, and that is what, in case a bottom has formed, the good news is we have enough waves to the downside to count the entire decline complete. I did mention that before. Yeah, the price reached basically the support area and it also moved below the 3rd wave low. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Wave 3, wave 4, potential wave 5 low, just not confirmed yet. And it can only confirm that by giving us that clear bottoming structure. Typically, because the trend is moving in 5 waves typically, we need to see first confirmation for that, and that would be 5 waves up. If we see 5 waves down, the trend hasn't changed to the upside yet. So it's also possible that the MATIC chart is moving in what you would consider potentially an ascending wedge, sort of. Down there we haven't got enough data points or enough price action, enough touch points, but 2 touch points down there, 3 up there gives you a potential wedge pattern. So this is typically a pattern that would, in most cases, break to the downside. As long as the price is in the wedge, it can of course move within the wedge and is constrained by the wedge. But if we now see a break below the lower boundary line of the wedge pattern, then it would indicate that the price is probably coming back to around about 50 to 49 cents down here. And if it takes out the previous swing low, which was made, basically at 50 cents, the wave 2 low, then the idea of 5 waves up in this structure is invalidated. You cannot retrace more than 100% of the 3rd wave. Well, you can, but then it's not a potential 5-wave move anymore. This would be basically invalidated then. So from a bearish point of view, this is what we would eventually like to see, because the primary scenario still suggests that we haven't completed this decline. I'm still watching for the area possibly around 41 or 46.5 cents. But we're very close. I mean, considering how long we've been talking about these price levels, especially since this top here, which was also just corrective, right? you know, many weeks. So we're really just talking about the last bit here, ideally. So it's allowed to turn around at any point. It's just that I haven't seen that evidence in the chart yet. Okay, that's my update about Matic. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.